Yes, Varun, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Bharat. Yeah,
Okay, today is March 11th, and today I want to ask you another simple question because I know you have been using the Galaxy S10 Plus.
yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on the Galaxy S10 Plus, and what are your thoughts on Samsung generally in 2019? What they have done with the new devices and all that. So, just these questions. Let's start with the Galaxy S10 Plus.
Yeah, so I've been using the Galaxy S10 Plus for around a week now,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I didn't have much expectations for the device because it was first leaked heavily, and then,
Of course.
but when we saw it in Barcelona, I was like, wow, it actually doesn't look ugly at all in person. Whereas the pictures don't do justice to the product. It
Right.
looks like the notch is ugly, and the on-screen fingerprint sensor is going to impede the usage and everything. But I'm actually liking the device, which is surprising because we had like almost negative expectations from the device from the initial point of view.
Right.
But it's actually probably one of the best devices from Samsung till date,
Right.
except for maybe the notch. Maybe it's a little bit of a, I mean, it does get in the way of usage, but I think the display is so well done that you can ignore the pinhole cameras on the top, or
Right. Right.
dual cameras in the case of the S10 Plus. Um
So how do you think it gets in the way of the usage that pill-shaped dual camera notch, right? It's you're using the S10 Plus
yes, I'm using the
and it has
S10
a
Plus, and as you
dual
can
camera notch.
see over here on the top, like right next to the battery bar, you
You
have,
can't see because they have a wallpaper that's designed to hide it.
yeah, probably that's the reason. But let me just, so
I
as you
guess
can see, you can
right,
see now.
right.
So it's a little ugly. Uh, the iPhone 10, when we got it as well, even that was a little getting in the way, but this is a different level of getting in the way, probably on the side
Mm,
and not at the center like on the other notches. But overall, I've been using Samsung devices for a long time, since the, I think, Galaxy S1, S2,
mm.
and this is probably the anniversary, the 10th anniversary of the Galaxy series. That's the reason Samsung also unveiled their Fold, the foldable smartphone. So, I mean, they've come a great way in terms of the device itself. This device feels so premium in the hand, not too heavy as well. It feels so light. This is an S10 Plus, which is packing a 4100 mAh battery, and one of the, I think probably the best display on a phone I've ever used.
Yeah, I agree.
Got amazing AMOLED display, which is iconic to Samsung's flagships. But I was just reading about DisplayMate's test on the S10 Plus as well.
Hmm.
Apparently, it's the best display they've ever tested on a smartphone.
Oh, nice.
That's the kind of reputation the S10 is earning right now.
Mm.
And the battery life also has been, I don't think I've charged it for the last 3 days. I've been using it
Oh,
sparingly as well, because it's yet to move my main SIM into it. But it's been giving great battery life, thanks to the 4100 mAh battery in it. And
okay.
we've done some good power optimization in terms of the display as well. So getting some good battery life. I'm also on Geo, so I've been using VoLTE and like getting really good speeds up to
Okay.
70, 80 megs down on.
Okay.
So I think the networks have gotten better in Chennai of late for Geo,
Hmm.
so getting some great speeds, and it doesn't heat up as much as it used to do before. The S10 Plus, which is an interesting thing because Samsung Galaxy flagships used to have this tendency to heat up because of the glass backs,
Right.
and so it, or maybe I haven't gotten it out of the case which came in the box, but
Hmm.
still I could feel it. Normally you can feel the heat in the device, but I'm going to actually try getting it out of the case and using it today to see if this
Okay.
is the real deal. But overall, I did test the camera out as well.
Mm.
I expected better from the camera, considering Samsung has always upped the notch with the camera every single device.
Yeah.
I mean, daylight photography is amazing. I mean, you get some great shots, and on the back you actually have three camera sensors this time around. So one
Yeah.
for the telescopic, I mean zoom, another one for the macro, another one for the normal shots. So whenever you take a shot, it's amazing. You can actually go like either up close, the normal shot, or like a wide. wide angle shot.
Yeah.
That's actually amazingly done from a camera point of view.
Right.
And sadly, the low light uh,
Mm.
photography isn't as great as I expected to be. It's like probably on the same levels as the S9
Mm.
or the S8.
Right.
Not much has changed. Even the iPhone 10s Max tends to be slightly better or on the same levels. Pixel
Okay.
3 outshines
Next level.
S10 Plus, but that's again Google doing their magic with the software and everything. It would
Right.
be interesting to actually port the Google camera app to the
Mm.
S10 and check it out. But as of now, that's probably one of my disappointments with the S10 is the camera. With
Okay.
three sensors, you expected better, right?
Right.
So,
Right. Right. I
so
see you have this blue color because I haven't seen this color anywhere else.
yeah,
All the reviews have got the white color, but
yeah. So this is
this
actually
looks
the
interesting.
blue version, which is actually probably my favorite of the lot.
Looks
Amazing
really interesting.
blue. So this is a 8 gig of 128 gig storage variant,
Okay.
and Samsung has also done some. The on-screen fingerprint sensor was
Yeah.
actually very bad when it came out of the box, but as you can
Okay.
see, it was like pretty quick right there. So if you can see, that's pretty much it. So it got an update as soon as I set it up. I mean, around last week, I
Mm-hmm.
got an update which says improves the fingerprint sensor performance.
Okay.
Been also using the OnePlus 60 on the side. So the
Right.
OnePlus 60 was actually miles ahead of the Samsung S10's on-screen fingerprint sensor.
Oh.
But now they're pretty much neck to neck. And sometimes
Okay.
Samsung feels is a little faster sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think the software on this is still, I think, work in progress. And so there's occasional lag once in a while. But
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, Samsung has done a great job with their one.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. What do you think about the One UI?
Yeah, I mean, it used to be one of the worst UIs possible. One point TouchWiz. It
Right.
used to be like, I mean, somebody wants to make fun of something, they'll probably draw a parallel with TouchWiz.
Yeah.
So it was that bad. I mean, it was so heavy. Now it's like a sea of difference. Like I pick up the S10 Plus and start using it. I can't see much of a those lag. Like, icons feel fresh, and
Mm.
there's no like heavy renders or anything it used to be on the previous versions.
Right. Right. Right.
And it's just smooth. And
So we all remember the touch from S3, right? There are like annoying sounds of water
yeah,
droplets or something like that. Nothing like that on the One UI.
yeah, it's just pretty clean, and I like that they have like big fat icons.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, they have like. Let me just turn down the brightness, so if you can see, if,
Right.
so so it's like really nice, smooth
Mm.
transitions. Uh, Only for, but for some reason, only when you like unlock it, there is a small delay. Maybe it's a program delay. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, there's like no lag whatsoever. And I really like that you can actually swipe up to
Oh,
close apps
nice.
and all those things. Like
Yeah, everything looks really smooth.
it's like pretty smooth, and it's pretty nice of Samsung to actually maintain their like one UI, but still uh, tune it down to a very like minimalistic level. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something I really like with the Samsung S10. The
Mm.
UI, although it's better in terms the newer, but it's still not like they haven't put like tried to do like 100 things with it and made it slower, which
Okay.
I think LG successfully tries to do even till date.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And some other OEMs as well. They're trying to do this, but for the S10, I mean, it's like I think that's probably one of the like surprises when I use this device. Okay, wow! I think I felt this when I tried it out in Barcelona as well. But setting up your accounts and trying it out, I mean, it doesn't slow down, which is really impressive.
Nice, nice. So, how do you feel the S series has progressed? Like you have used the Galaxy from the Galaxy S, Galaxy S2 till the Galaxy S10, 10 generations. What do you feel about the S series?
Yeah, I've
Because
been
I know you're a big user of the Note series, right?
Yeah, I used to use the Note and also the S series. I think I was using the Note 1, Note 2. I think
Mm.
until the Note 5, I was using it, and then we had the Note 7, and then we had to give it back. And then the Note
Mm.
8 also didn't really get my interest. But the Note 9 is definitely an interesting device.
Right, right,
So it was amazing to use the Note 9.
right.
But still, Samsung has been conservative in the Note series, not putting a big battery in there.
Mm.
But with the S series, I think they have been going all out. Now they have a 4100 mAh battery on the Plus, which used to be a 3500 mAh few years ago. I mean, couple of
Yes,
years ago.
yes,
The
yes.
S9 Plus had a 3500 mAh battery, which is a huge step. And so for me, the one of the personal favorites used to be the S7 Edge,
Oh,
and
right.
even
Yes.
the S6 Edge was great.
Mm.
Uh, I think the S5 was a total letdown. I think it was the Band-Aid phone. Was that the
Yeah,
S5?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You're
and that
right.
had this waterproofing feature which came out for the first time.
Yeah.
S4 was also, I think, okayish. S3 was okay. But S2, S1, I think the highlight has always been the displays in them and the
Mm.
camera performance.
Mm.
So I think S6 is when, or S7 is when they went waterproof friendly. I mean,
Completely.
IP67, 68 rating came in. So
Right.
that's when Samsung got really interesting. Okay, they have a great display, great design. Okay, it's
Mm.
waterproof as well. So what more do you need in a smartphone? And the cameras were also pretty nice. I remember we shooting some videos for even
Mm.
a MWC or CES with an S7. So I think
Nice,
S7
nice.
was a great device, and I think S9, they did some things with the fingerprint sensor, and I mean
Mm-hmm.
even the S8, they did something really annoying with the fingerprint sensor used to be near the cameras,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
and I think it was the S9 which they brought it, made it little saner, but
Yeah.
still it was annoying. I mean, the S10 I think does a great job.
Mm.
Does away with the fingerprint sensor, brings it on screen. I think Samsung has been very conservative in bringing features to the S10 S series as such, but with the S10 they have gone all out. Mm. They still
Yeah.
kept what is surprising is they have still kept the headphone jack.
Oh my.
uh,
It's very sad that we have to talk about the headphone jack like this.
Yeah, so many OEMs are like probably saying that we don't have space for this headphone jack. I mean, I think it's probably a lie because Samsung manages to have an headphone jack as well as a 4100 mAh battery as well
Yeah.
as an on-screen fingerprint sensor,
Yes.
and it's an amazing AMOLED screen as well, and still they have even a like a notch kind of camera arrangement on the front and
Right.
three camera setup on the back,
Yeah, they got
and
everything.
they got everything. And in then certain markets, you can even get 5G with the same, which is a slightly bigger form factor, which we saw at MWC, which we really liked.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and this device, interestingly, is engineered by Samsung and manufactured in India. So
Oh,
Samsung is actually making these in India. So,
okay.
so I think at their Noida factory near Delhi is where I
Right, right.
guess. And another thing, Samsung has always been like a little, what to say, afraid to do is bring the dual SIM variants to India. It used to be S5 Duos. I mean, it's a separate
Oh, yeah,
variant.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We used to import it from the Middle East to get hold of
Mm.
it. Now, by default, thanks to the competition and everything, what's going on, this ships with a SIM card, dual SIM card option by default.
Nice,
They
nice.
don't have a
That's,
stupid duos lineup.
yeah, yeah.
Have a single, device which ships with a dual SIM variant for India market. It also has a SIM card tray in addition to the inbuilt storage.
Great.
So, I mean, they've got all boxes ticked. You
Nice.
asked, like, this was like probably somewhere getting to the dream Samsung device you wanted,
Mm.
but it still misses out on the camera for some weird reason. I don't know why they. I mean, hopefully it gets better with the software updates and everything.
Right.
But it's a great device. I mean, it's also got wireless charging,
Oh,
which
yeah.
you needed to buy a case and slap on the device before. So that's coming as a default, and you also get a fast charger in the box. And the display quality. I was out yesterday and I was watching the India Australia match
Okay.
on Geo with Hotstar, and it was like amazing being on the road and able to consume content on that screen
Mm.
without any kind of interruption. And so that's when I think that's the reason the battery needs a charge. because I was watching the match for almost an hour and a half on the road.
Okay. Okay.
So the audio quality was exceptional, and as well. So and so that way they have, I think it supports cards up to 2 TB, I guess, the micro SD,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we'll need to get hold of one at some point. But
Okay.
overall, I really like the design of this device. I mean, it feels premium at the same time, not heavy. It feels really nice in the hand, and overall, I think it's one of the best devices to come out of Samsung.
Okay.
Uh,
Nice.
S10
So
Plus.
I wanted to ask you about how your experience compares with other phones, but before that, I attended the S10 event in Delhi here, and I heard some interesting things at the show. I'm not sure if you caught the live stream.
Mhm.
So they said in Bangalore they have 500 R&D engineers who worked on the camera of the S10, which is shipping globally. So it was Indian engineers who worked on the camera, like live focus, scene recognition, and all those things. They call it the SRX, Samsung Research Institute or
Mhm.
something. And there like 500 people worked on the camera and the AI features. And they have something exclusive for India, which is Bixby Vision. This is exclusive for India. And did you try it out?
Yeah, I think I accidentally turned on Bixby a couple of times, and I did try it out. But yeah,
Okay.
I did. Bixby Vision has been, I think, was there in the previous device as well, but I think
Yeah.
they're rolling it out to India for the first time, I think,
Yeah,
with the
they
S10
have
Plus.
some partnerships with Indian companies and all
Yeah.
that to
But yeah, the
recognize.
Samsung Research Center, I did meet the gentleman who runs the research center
Okay.
in India a couple of months ago. I think there was this when last year when Samsung launched their Opera House store or experience center in Bangalore.
Okay.
They had
Right.
invited me for that, so I had gone for that, and I ended up
Right.
meeting up them. So a lot of R&D for Samsung happens in India,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing how it's not just the devices which come to India, but which ship out globally as well. And I also
Right.
happened to travel to Samsung's HQ in Seoul last year in
Oh
October,
yeah. Yeah.
and they have an in-house Indian chef as well because a lot of Indians working in Seoul as well. So
Okay.
we got amazing Indian food like made to order at
Right.
the Samsung HQ in Suwon in Seoul. So
Nice.
amazing.
Nice.
So I think we need to talk about that at some point. I mean, I think I
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
give
We
a
should do
view of
a
about
separate
my
video.
visit to Samsung's HQ because
Absolutely.
it's amazing the amount of R&D which goes into making up a Samsung phone. So in
Right.
fact, at that point of time, they didn't share much details with us, but they
Mhm.
did show how the creation of, I mean, they show us how a ringtone, like a simple thing as a ringtone or a
Right.
notification tone, how much of R&D goes into making that for a product.
Right. Right.
They
Right.
get real musicians in a real studio just for that. I mean, we were making fun of that water drop.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember. So I was speaking to the engineer who, like, and the team behind designers who made it, and he's like, they wanted to bring in that feature because that something was unique about it. And
Okay.
also, as you see, they have actually toned it down so subtly right now.
Yeah.
So those notifications have gotten more like sophisticated over time.
Mm.
I think they've kind of done a good job at it, and they showed us even a fake butt which sits on your phone to test it if it's going to last
Okay.
accidental presses and also it was amazing the R&D they do. And even
Okay.
now I was testing out the camera and it does detect as I was at a Starbucks and it did show coffee symbol on the right side. So it
Oh, right.
automatically adjusts the camera depending on the mode you are in. So those
Right.
things are amazing. I mean, daylight performance is stellar, but I
Right.
wish the software for the low light performance is improved over time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's not just me. I think I've just read about it.
Yeah.
Every other person is complaining about the low light performance
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
of the S10 Plus or S10. But
Because
I
most other companies have gone with this computational photography route. Like even Oppo, I saw Alex posting this amazing night sight shot with the R17 Pro. And I was like, why is Samsung not doing this? Samsung doesn't have anything like the Pixel 3 night sight, or even Apple doesn't have it yet. But Samsung has to have it, right? Even every other Android smartphone, right till the 9,000 rupees Realme 3 has it.
You mean you take shots with below exposure and above exposure and the normal shot, and you then stitch it together and
Yeah,
bring out a great looking photo. Okay.
yeah. I think Samsung should. Yeah, it's easy to enable through a software update. So I
No,
hope
I
they
think I
do.
haven't tested the camera fully. I was just using the auto mode, so maybe it's better if I use the like the power pro modes and all those things.
Maybe.
Try it out. But from the initial looks of it, the uh, kind of the daylight modes get like amazing amount of detail,
Right.
and like the kind of shots I got, I think were like really nice. And but the only problem is that the like especially in the night, the shots were like really bad. So this is one
Mm,
shot I got of an Air Asia uh, flight. So look
right.
at the amount of detail like on the
Right.
screen
Right.
and everything. And so this is what I was talking about. So this is Starbucks.
Right. Right.
Uh, so so this is at Starbucks. So this is a wide angle shot, and then like
Right.
close
Right.
up,
Right.
and then more close, zoomed in, and so
Doesn't look as pleasing as Pixel.
yeah, so Pixel I think does some kind of magic. So this is another shot from a wide
Nice. Nice.
angle.
The wide angle is
Yeah.
nice.
So I think I tweeted these two. So this is something from a low light. So this
Mm,
is nice, but still I expect it to be slightly better. I mean that
okay.
magic touch could be better. I mean Pixel I think has spoiled us probably.
Yeah. I think so too.
uh,
So, what was your previous main driver, and would you use the S10 Plus as the main driver? That's my final question to you. What was your previous one? Would you use the S10 Plus as your main driver?
so even it's like a hard question to ask because of the job we are in. No real device is the main driver for a long time. But
Of course.
surprisingly, the OnePlus 60 has been my main driver for a long time.
Right, right.
For the last 2 months, I think, because of the dash charge, and
Mm,
like there were no new phones around that time, and I've
right,
not. So I've been juggling between the Pixel 3, the OnePlus 60, the iPhone 10s Max, and now the
right.
S10 Plus. So maybe I'll actually jump onto the S10 Plus. I'm thinking because I mean the camera is I mean the daylight at least is great. The display. I mean the
Mm,
reason I love the iPhone 10s Max, despite that ugly notch, is the display.
hmm. Right,
Amazing screen on the 10s Max. You've been using the 10R, so it's
right.
pretty much the same, but
Yeah.
slightly better colors and a better panel.
Oh,
That's
the
one thing.
AMOLED is like next level.
Yeah, so it's an LED on the LCD on the 10R. On
Right.
the 10s Max, it's a AMOLED screen, so amazing screen. And so that's something. So I've been juggling between the 10s Max and the OnePlus 60. Pixel 3, I've pretty much been using it in airplane mode
Okay.
just for the
As a
camera.
camera.
That's pretty much it. And I've been don't have a SIM for it. So and so the iPhone, the great part about the iPhone 10s Max is you have dual SIM support. So I have two SIMs on it.
All
One
right.
an eSIM, and then
Right.
so I think I might probably move one of my SIMs to the S10 Plus. So that's what I'm doing
Okay.
right now. I'm running it on Geo, and I think I might actually make it my main device
Okay.
the next few days just to
Hmm.
see how it works out. Uh, so this is where I think yeah, OnePlus. Okay, people say why are you using OnePlus 60 as your main device? Maybe you can make a separate video on that.
Hmm.
But for now, I think except for I think the camera is again a weak point of the OnePlus device, like the
Right.
S10 Plus. But
Right.
otherwise, it ticks a lot of the boxes. I mean, one thing for me, I'm stuck to this device is the dash charge.
Hmm.
I mean, no charging is as fast as dash charge.
Right.
Even
Right.
if I am using a 29-watt charger on the iPhone 10s Max, it still
Hmm.
charges slower than a dash charge. Same thing with
Yeah.
Samsung. They have a fast charge. I think Xiaomi's Mi 9 I'm curious to try because it has a really fast charging with the
Right.
855 chip. Uh,
Right.
the latest quick charge, so that will be interesting to watch. So dash charge is another reason, and the whole UI Oxygen OS is so vanilla and light, so you get
Hmm.
things done so easily. And overall, it's also dual SIM, and they push out updates really fast. So that's one thing I'm worried about Samsung. This
Hmm.
ships with Android P, or I don't know. Let's go check what is auto version on this.
Yeah, it is
So
Android P.
Yeah, so it's Android.
I think it even has the latest security update.
I'm not sure about that. It says February 14th.
Yeah, not bad. It's just a month back.
Yeah, so it's Android 9, which is Android P, which is
Yeah,
good. But will it get the extra Android update before the S11 comes out? I mean, the
yeah.
S11 might ship with Android Q or
Q,
whatsoever,
yeah.
but this getting that update, I mean, that's what I like about Pixel, the iPhone, and the OnePlus. Are you get
Mm,
updates like real time? Like
mm,
Pixel and the OnePlus, I think have a great schedule. Even HMD has a great update schedule.
yeah,
iOS never even need to tell. I mean, they are the
yeah.
best in that update game. But Samsung, I mean, I just wish they push out updates sooner.
Mm,
I mean, they invest so much in R&D. Can't they actually get their flagships Android update sooner? I wish that
right,
changes.
right.
So that's something which I am like kind of skeptical about Samsung,
Okay,
the
okay,
Galaxy series. But otherwise,
right.
it's they've done a phenomenal job with the S10. I mean, I think the leaks actually made the device less interesting.
Mm,
5 years ago, if this device was announced without the leaks, it would have been like it would have created so much waves. But sadly, poor Samsung are not. They didn't keep a good control over the leaks. I
yeah,
mean,
that's
I think PureView Nokia 9 and this Galaxy was like leaked like so much that by the time they actually announced the device, I was not even bothered to actually see what is there
yeah,
because you kind of assume that you've seen it all, and then
yeah,
you
yeah,
actually use the device and it's like, okay, this seems actually impressive, and that ugly looking cameras on the front are not that ugly at all.
right.
So that's the whole feedback. So I think I will move to this as my main driver pretty soon,
Okay.
and probably we can share my thoughts about it after that. And
Yes.
yeah, so I'll also probably look forward to hearing about your thoughts about the. I think you have, I think, a secret corner in your heart for the S10e.
Oh, yes. I would love to test it out because I'm using the 10R.
Mhm.
Because I'm using the 10R, I'm very, very excited about the S10e. And I think that 55K price is perfect for a flagship. That
Which I still
too.
think is obsolete for a phone, but still, that's a world we live in. So this phone is actually priced at 73,990, I guess.
That's
This
not
variant.
too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's
I
still.
mean, compared to the iPhone, it's not too bad,
I
but
mean, iPhone is another
not.
level in terms of
Yeah,
pricing also. So
yeah, that's true. I think OnePlus pricing is the best for
yeah.
flagship pricing. So that's why I'm excited about the S10e as well. I think
Hmm.
it's the OnePlus killer. Let's see. I'll try to get it shipped, or you can help me get it shipped to Delhi, and we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, Varun, about the S10 Plus and about your experience with Samsung. We'll of course get back on the show and talk about your Korean experience,
Yeah.
your HQ experience, and maybe some other stuff as well.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, and leave a comment. What do you think? Let us know what you think, and leave a like, subscribe, the usual stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye
See
bye.
ya.